Forget waiting months for compost to mature when the fertility you need is already growing wild at your feet. By cutting and layering dandelion, nettle, and thistle directly onto your garden beds, you create an instant nutrient engine that feeds the soil exactly where it's needed, right at the root zone. These so-called weeds are not random invaders, they are highly specialized miners of the soil. Dandelion drives a deep taproot through compacted layers, pulling up potassium, calcium, and trace minerals that shallow-rooted crops can't reach. Nettle floods its leaves with nitrogen, iron, and silica, becoming one of the most potent green fertilizers available in spring. Thistle, often overlooked, builds dense, fibrous biomass rich in structural minerals that strengthen soil texture over time. In early to mid-season growth, especially around the peak of spring rains, these plants are at their nutritional prime. Their leaves are soft, water-rich, and loaded with soluble nutrients. This is the moment when cutting them delivers the highest return to your soil, far beyond what dried or store-bought inputs can offer. Instead of exporting those nutrients to a compost pile, you keep them cycling exactly where they were grown. Timing and handling matter. Nettle and thistle should be cut before flowering, when their energy is still concentrated in the leaves and stems. At this stage, they break down quickly and release nutrients fast. Gloves or simple tools make harvesting nettle and thistle manageable, and cutting them low encourages regrowth for future cycles. Dandelion offers something unique. Pulling or loosening its taproot unlocks a concentrated reserve of minerals stored below ground. Even if you leave part of the root behind, incorporating the crown and upper root into your layer brings those deep nutrients back into circulation. The key is harvesting before seed heads form, ensuring you're feeding your soil, not spreading future weeds. The layering sequence turns raw biomass into a functional system. Start with thistle as the base layer. Its tougher stems create a breathable mat that traps moisture while preventing compaction against the soil surface. This foundation acts like a sponge, holding water exactly where roots can access it. Next comes nettle, laid generously as the middle layer. This is your ignition point. High in nitrogen and moisture, nettle rapidly decomposes and fuels microbial life. Bacteria and fungi respond almost immediately, breaking down organic matter and releasing plant-available nutrients in real time. Finish with dandelion on top. Its softer leaves form a protective mulch that shades the layers beneath while slowly releasing minerals. This top layer balances the system, preventing rapid drying while feeding a steady stream of nutrients downward. Direct application changes everything. Instead of losing heat, moisture, and nutrients through composting, you deliver them straight into the living soil. Microbes don't need to wait. They begin working immediately, supported by the moisture already locked inside the fresh plant material. Earthworms are drawn in, pulling fragments downward and blending them into the soil profile. Layer thickness matters. A few inches is enough to create a dense but breathable mat. Too thin and it dries out, too thick and it can smother roots. Done right, this system creates a self-regulating environment that holds moisture, feeds microbes, and protects the soil surface all at once. Within a couple of weeks under warm, moist conditions, these layers begin collapsing into dark, rich humus. The transformation is visible. What started as coarse plant matter softens, darkens, and integrates into the soil. Repeating this process every few weeks builds a continuous fertility loop, where each new layer feeds the next stage of growth. Over time, beds treated this way become visibly different. The soil turns darker, softer, and more alive. Plants show deeper color, stronger stems, and improved resilience without external fertilizers. What was once considered invasive growth becomes a renewable, self-sustaining nutrient system. Subscribe to Timeless Humus Path for more timeless soil revival wisdom delivered weekly. and pass this along to anyone growing food or restoring land.